and a lot of people are pissed. So stop booing at Gunther. He's the new legend killer. What's up, Unstoppable Squad? Today we have another wrestling podcast for you guys, and we have a lot of things we got to go over this week. And yep.
Ruthless aggression.
It was John Cena's last match at Saturday night's main event. So how this podcast is going to work is that we are going to start off with some updates and stuff, but then our second part is basically just going to be all things related to Saturday night main event. And we're going to give you our thoughts and opinions / rants about everything that happened at that event.
And if there is some rants, it's going to be
an interesting podcast.
Not just that, it's going to be warning to headphone users.
So, I mean, we could just issue a headphone user warning now. Yeah.
We don't know what's going to happen yet. So
yeah, it all depends on how the two of us are feeling. Although I must say, Unstoppable, after doing a full shift earlier, I got most of my frustrations down a peg. Yeah, I feel a lot better right now, so I may go off the rails, I may not, but
I'm Unstoppable Denominator.
I'm Pistol Pete.
And here's our wrestling podcast of the week.
Alrighty.
Alright, so we got some breaking news. Oh yeah, before we mention this, apparently there's some news about TNA and NXT partnership. It's not ending.
So what I gathered since last week we had a topic of ours that said that the NXT TNA partnership is going to be ending. Apparently that was all just rumors and speculation, and they actually have signed a multi-year deal last year, so by definition, they're good through this year at least. Through next year, at least. So we got until January 2026, at which point they'll renegotiate. I'm assuming they will. If everything goes well, they should just, why not keep it going? I am happy about this, and I do apologize for my error on last week's podcast. Last year, we did this a year already.
It's almost gonna be, in September.
Yeah, in September. This is year. December of this year. So we still have a long way to go.
Alright, so breaking news. The teams for TNA versus NXT Steel Cage match on the December 18th episode of Impact have been confirmed, which is this Thursday, right?
Yep.
Mike Santana, the Hardys, Matt Cardona, Steve Maclin will face Stacks, Lexis King, Brooks Jensen, Tyson and Tyriek.
Alrighty. I mean, I love a good old-fashioned steel cage match.
Yep, same.
So
this should have been for War Games.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this has War Games all over it. They could have done... This is why War Games was such a disappointment, because number one, you had the Triple H and the Shawn Michaels angle that went nowhere, and it was supposed to be building to a War Games event, which never happened.
Yeah, and I remember when I brought it up in our podcast, where the hell is NXT versus the main roster? Where the fuck is the War Games between NXT and the main roster that they teased for NXT and Triple H, Shawn Michaels?
Yeah, I agree. Because for those of you who don't know,
I believe we talked about it on this podcast, one of the
Yeah.
episodes. They had a thing on NXT. It was Triple H came out and they were teasing a War Games match between Shawn Michaels and Triple H. That really never went anywhere because they never brought it up again. And, well, apparently that's because TNA and NXT are supposed to be having their own event. And it's going to be on TNA Impact this week, which, low-key, I might actually watch that because I like most of the guys. I'm not too familiar with Tyson and Tyriek. Aside from those two, I like the lineup. I think I'm leaning Team TNA right now.
I'm hoping it'll be Team TNA because it's most likely NXT, WWE, most likely everything.
Right, but we're on TNA Impact.
I know,
now.
but still.
So who knows? But I think I just think the TNA lineup is a lot stronger.
Yeah.
Of course, Stax and Lexis King and Brooks Jensen are bad dudes themselves.
But
so
Lexis King is like a mid-carder.
Yeah, he's okay.
Compared to Mike Santana, the Hardys, and Matt Cardona,
and Steve Maclin
are pretty much like for a world championship.
Yeah, and Mike Santana was just recently TNA World Champion until he wrongfully got pinned on his first defense, which go check out that podcast. Boy, we went off the rails. I went off the rails on that topic a little bit.
Yeah, and I wish I remember what podcast I would leave them up here, but
yeah, it was a thing where that's a whole different topic that we covered then. But yeah, I like this group of people. I think they'll go all at it.
Yeah.
Next topic is Samoa Joe did a nod to John Cena where he did a salute in the STF. Samoa Joe bid farewell to John Cena with a salute and locking in the STF. In 2000, fun fact, John Cena and Samoa Joe both started their careers in Ultimate Pro Wrestling. So these
California.
I was not aware of that.
Either have I.
But that's a good piece of trivia right there.
Yep.
Obviously, both of these are legends in their own right. John Cena is the greatest of all time in WWE. And I think you could say that Samoa Joe is up there in TNA and AEW because he's been part of a lot of different storylines.
Yep.
Especially with Ring of Honor recently. He's made appearances after he signed with AEW. I haven't watched a lot of AEW recently, admittedly, but I've always said I'm happy it exists because, in my opinion, the wrestling industry, much like every industry, is better when there is as much opportunity as possible.
Right. And
the fact that we have a solution, alternative to WWE is good for business, actually. And yeah, I think it's class act from Samoa Joe.
Oh, did we ever get a John Cena versus Samoa Joe in WWE? I don't think we have. No. That would have been great.
If we did, I do apologize, but I can't remember one.
I don't either. And if so, it might have been on a house show. So
yeah, it might have been. I mean, I don't know why WWE cut the house shows. I
think I know why. It's because to give superstars breaks and because they're injuries too.
That is true.
Remember, Seth Rollins got hurt on a house show before.
Yeah, he did he tore his ACL on the house show. And AJ Styles actually famously won the WWE Championship at a house show in Europe.
And Samoa Joe won a championship against Finn Balor on a house show.
Yep.
And I remember that night because I actually was like, man, I wish I was there to actually witness it because it was around here.
It was around here, wasn't it?
Yep.
Was it over in Albany or Springfield?
No, it was in Lowell.
Oh, okay. That's not like around here.
Yeah, but it's close.
That's close-ish to us.
Yeah. So I was like, man, I wish I could have gone.
Yeah, it's like They had Bound for Glory in Lowell.
Right, and because cousin
this past year they had Bound for Glory over there. Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
you learn something new, and I guess like for like not a lot of people went. That's the other thing. But those locals are wild.
I'll tell you this: they did go. A lot of people did go for the TNA Bound for Glory.
Yeah, they did.
My friend was there though too.
Yeah, they did but Bound for Glory is a major pay-per-view.
Right.
Like, a house show is just like not even an episode of Impact or SmackDown or NXT or Raw.
Yeah.
So it's like, you could go, it would be cool, but you also, if you don't go because you don't have the money or whatever, then you're not really missing anything.
And I could imagine how much ticket prices would be for a house show too.
Oh, in this economy? Oh, they wouldn't, like, I doubt you're going to see. I doubt you would see very many people at any wrestling show aside from a main one.
Right.
Yeah, especially with this economy. Money is tight nowadays. So yeah, this is a class act from Samoa Joe.
Our next topic is we have Brock Lesnar maybe retiring in 2026.
And that's something I found on my social media.
So Brock Lesnar is set to end his WWE career at SummerSlam 2026 in Minneapolis. As reports, WWE has planned Brock Lesnar's retirement run starting in February next year. Brock Lesnar has picked SummerSlam 2026 to make his last ever pro wrestling appearance. So, it's not touchscreen. I wish it was.
I know.
So, SummerSlam 2026 will be a 2-day event scheduled across August 1st and 2nd at US Bank Stadium. It will be the first ever WWE Stadium event held in Minneapolis, Brock Lesnar's hometown. Brock considers himself a half-retired wrestler and has expressed his will to retire multiple times. The golden era of WWE will truly come to an end next year in August. As we will be talking about this segment pretty soon. He's the Legend Killer now. We can just call him the new Legend Killer.
He is.
We'll talk about this towards the end. We will
talk about it towards the end, but as it relates to Brock Lesnar, and it's a good thing you brought him up, Brock Lesnar's final opponent is also rumored to be Gunther.
Alright, we're stating this fact here.
Rumor, by the way. If it comes to fruition, then it's a huge coincidence, but keep it with a grain of salt.
When it comes to that point, if it does happen to be rumored true, and if it's Gunther, December 14th of this recording, Tuesday, December what?
December 16th.
Remember, December 16th podcast, we'll go back and re-listen to this.
Yep.
And be like, oh yeah, Pistol Pete and Unstoppable just announced that it was rumored, and here we go.
Yep, it is rumored to be Gunther. And I have a couple of things I'd like to say, okay, as it relates to this, because it's on topic. Maybe I should save it. Actually, I'm going to save this till we talk about John Cena.
Okay.
So, if this is Brock's choice, he wants to retire at his hometown, good for Brock. I should probably talk about it here. I just think it's fascinating that Brock Lesnar gets to retire in his hometown after he was rumored to be blacklisted from the company less than a year ago. I mean, that turned out to be BS. Brock is, like he said, he considers him half retired. When you have John Cena, and I get Boston didn't have a spot for him on this date, but it feels wrong that John Cena couldn't retire in his hometown, but Brock Lesnar could.
Like I said in our group chat, and we said it before, that Boston couldn't do it because not enough tourism, and it's close to Christmas. but we did talk about it because of freaking not. So what? Christmas? So what? A lot of people are gonna go to the freaking. I guarantee a lot of people in Boston would have gone to it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people. Let's see. Santi Zap was there. He's not from Washington. Santi Zap went to the wrestling. Green shirt guy was there as well.
Yes, he was.
You got other out-of-state people going there. Out-of-the-country people going there. You're going to have enough tourism. Why didn't Boston just accept it?
I mean, even if they just put it in Fenway Park, like...
But still, it would have made a lot of sense to do it. Oh, it's too close to Christmas. No. It's too close to Christmas. They did in Washington.
Yeah, like
get over it, Boston. Oh, I'm butthurt.
And he said I was going to rage. Holy shit! Jesus Christ!
And we're proud of being Boston. I don't want to be proud of being Boston.
I mean, I'm a proud Boston supporter, but you know what? And
look at one of our Boston teams is losing right now.
One of my Boston teams, he doesn't. It's the only one he likes. Okay.
Not enough tourism.
But yeah, if Brock Lesnar truly does face Gunther at SummerSlam 2026, look back at the December 16th, I think. Yeah. December 16th podcast and replay this segment because that would be massive for our status on YouTube right now.
Right. Now, if so, I'll run it back.
Yeah.
Run it back.
Run it back. All right. Our next topic, according to Sportskeeda, WWE has ended Jey Uso's single push and moved him back to the tag team division because he couldn't improve in the ring. Notably, Jey made a lot of botches during his one-on-one matches as a singles wrestler, and he could not improve his wrestling skills. WWE might have lost confidence in Jey as a single star, and so they have reunited him with Jimmy as a tag team again. Unstoppable. Do you think that this is the right move?
I still feel like we're going to see a heel turn.
You think it's still going to be Jey?
Yep.
Interesting.
Because he's getting frustrated, and, we saw him lose. He got frustrated.
He did.
We didn't see a phone call get called from Jimmy. How you got to lead into the story. You can't say, hey, I called my brother and say, hey, we should do the tag team again. We need a story into it.
That is true. We do need a story.
Like backstage, you should be backstage instead of being on the phone. Be in the backstage and talk to your brother. Hey, we should bring back the Usos. No, let's call it up.
All right. So I have a couple things. Number one, and this is most important, as we've been talking about Jey Uso's heel turn for, it seems like every fucking week on this podcast, and I'm really sick of covering this, both jokingly and actually literally, because it feels like we're reiterating English the same thing over and over again, but it hasn't really happened yet.
Right.
Number two, so that is leads to be desired. Will he not? Who knows at this point. Number two,
they keep on teasing about it too.
Yeah, I know. Number two, as much as I love Jimmy and Jey as a tag team, they've pretty much have done everything as a tag team.
Yep.
That there is to do, really. I mean, I guess you could have them put over, like, up-and-coming teams from NXT. But
imagine they go to NXT to win NXT tag. Or TNA.
They could do that.
Usos versus the Hardys.
The Usos versus the Hardys.
For the TNA Tag Team Championships.
That would be a match I would be interested in. And so, as much as I like them as a tag team, they're one of the GOATs in WWE, obviously, if not the greatest of this generation. Jey Uso's single run, kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
Because it feels much like, I said it last week, much like LA Knight, the only difference between LA Knight and Jey Uso is the fact that when they push Jey Uso, 9 times out of 10 he wins. LA Knight, whenever he's pushed to anything, really, for whatever reason, they build him up and then they have him lose in the main event. So, I also don't really fully buy into Jey.
Yep.
Oh, it's still up.
Yeah.
It's still on. Whatever. I also don't fully buy into Jey Uso as a
Singles competitor.
Singles title holder. I don't know, for whatever reason, and I might sound like Gunther right now, but for whatever reason, whenever I think of WWE champion, even though Jey is one, I don't think of Jey Uso right away. I think of like John Cena, I think of The Undertaker, I think of Stone Cold Steve Austin, I think of Randy Orton, and there's a million other names before I get to Jey Uso. And you know what?
It's sad to say this. We never got to see Jimmy get a championship. Championship.
No, we have not. And maybe that's something they could do with Jey turning heel. Maybe they could give him maybe they could push Jey as a heel and Jimmy as a face, and Jimmy could win the title from Jey. But that's assuming Jey beats Cody or CM Punk, and I don't think that's going to happen.
Right
now.
And the thing is, why didn't we get, when he was on SmackDown, why didn't we get a Intercontinental Championship from Jimmy?
Who knows? Like, again, it's really disappointing, and that's going to be the theme later on. Like, it's been a really disappointing year for certain superstars, and I think Jey Uso is one of them. I'll credit where it's due. Jey Uso is a great wrestler.
Yeah.
He is. He's a great wrestler. I'm not sure if I fully buy into the botches part of this report. But I think if there were botches, it would be caused by his opponents not doing the proper things at certain points, which mess up the entire match. Even if Jey ended up having the botch, I think it would be initiated by his opponent. I'm not going to complain about Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso as a tag team again, because I thoroughly like watching the Usos compete. So this is a bit all over the place right now, but honestly, I could see it. But at the same time, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for this. What do you guys think? Are you excited for the Usos back? Did you wish Jey Uso's singles run lasted a bit longer? Maybe you guys don't think Jey is that good, or like maybe you were disappointed like myself by his singles rush. Anything, just let us know in the comments down below.
Is positioning Braun Breaker as the future face of the company and a successor to Roman Reigns. It was noted that WWE is all in on Braun Breaker as the next major face of the company. He's expected to be positioned at the top for years to come. Additionally, it was noted that Breaker is expected to have a career similar to Roman Reigns and ultimately is viewed as a successor. Down the line in WWE, it was previously reported that the company has discussed Breaker win the 2026 Royal Rumble and having him compete for a World Championship at WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. Source Body Slam. I say they should just give him the belt at the first Raw.
Yeah, January 5th.
But seems like they're pushing it to WrestleMania. But like I said, I feel like they should give it to him sooner.
Yeah, honestly, I'm all for it. Honestly, I'm all for Braun Breaker being the next Roman Reigns. It's kind of been obvious from his time in NXT that this would have been the case. However, I do believe that for him to win the Royal Rumble, that might be a possibility. If he's in the Royal Rumble, then that means he won't beat CM Punk. So maybe this is them saying that Punk is going to keep it for a bit, and then maybe Braun Breaker wins it at WrestleMania. As far as Braun Breaker being the future face of the company, I really am all for that.
Yeah, same.
Anything else?
Like I said, I just want to see him when he does his spears. Like, it tells you, like, he's better at spears than Edge, Goldberg, Roman Reigns. His spear, he jumps at it.
Yeah, he does.
Like, he's better at. He just should fully just have the spear than anyone else. Roman Reigns, find another move to have. Goldberg, find another move to have. Edge, find another move to have. Give the spear to Braun Breaker. He gives the spear something, I don't know how to say it, but his spear is better than anyone else's. That's all I have to say.
Let us know in the comments, what do you feel about Braun Breaker as the future face of the company? Our next topic, Jim Ross was asked if WWE contacted him for any kind of a John Cena tribute, to which he said the following: "No, are you kidding me? Why would they do that? It's wrestling. I don't work for them, but I would have been happy to do it. I'm sure that if they had requested something, that Tony Khan would have blessed it because he's a wrestling fan. And if he and the powers that be thought that I could help out a little bit, I would love to be a part of it, simply because John Cena was one of my guys." First of all, anything that Jim Ross has to say about wrestling, you should take him as a credible source / he knows what he's talking about, because he's one of, if not the greatest announcer to ever do it. So first of all, anything that he says should be taken as credible. And honestly, this is honestly, I'm not surprised by this. Because, like, as I said, I feel like Jim Ross is the type of dude who, if he likes something, and if everyone else would like him to do this, he would gladly do it. Seems like that kind of guy. I know his health has been iffy as of late, but honestly, do you think Tony Khan would have done it for him?
No.
I mean, either.
And the thing is, Jim Ross wants to bitch about it. Well, look, we haven't seen Jerry Lawler either.
That is true. I think Tony Khan is so up in his own ego that he wouldn't give any little bit of help towards WWE in any shape or form.
Right.
Because, I mean, look at what he has done to talent who want to go there. He basically blacklists them all just for doing so.
And we did cover that on our podcast, too.
He blacklists talent even if that's what they say that they want to do. If they're under contract, they'll hold him prisoner from doing it, even though it's the right thing to do. Would Jim Ross calling John Cena's last match, or if John Cena did a tribute to him? Sure, I'm sure Jim Ross would have done it, but I'm not so sure there would be much mutual relations between WWE and AEW.
Right.
And that's the problem with this. For John Cena, maybe, just because it's John Cena and this is history right here. So there is that other side to it, but honestly, I'm not sure if it would have worked out.
Especially there's history with Edge and Cena, Chris Jericho and Cena. There's a couple of wrestlers like
Dean Cena.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
what do you guys think? Are you upset by this? Personally, I don't think it matters.
Nope.
Personally. But anyway, I don't think this hurts either legacy. Jim Ross is one of the GOATs, so he has to, if you ask the man anything about the industry, you have to listen to him / hear him out. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below.
Alright, our next topic is the Masked Man could be having a faction. So there's rumors that we have seen, there's rumors that they're saying that, oh, we just saw Austin Theory. And then the next one, oh, we thought we saw Montez Ford.
Yeah, I did see that.
It's like, bro, maybe they probably trying to lead up to, yes, maybe a faction, but they also could be leading to like saying, oh, we need this guy to fill in for the actual guy until they actually get the guy. It could either be Seth freaking Rollins, it could be Chris Jericho, it could be anyone.
Jericho's supposed to be rumored to appear early next year, possibly at January 5th Raw.
So it could be possibly
it could be Chris Jericho. Would he want to? But would Chris Jericho want to do that as his final tribute? Like, if the reports / rumors are true about Chris Jericho possibly retiring in the near future, if that's true, would he really want to spend it as a part of the vision, or would he want to go out as a...
Like I said, it could be a new faction. It might not be part of the vision.
Oh yeah, that's true. It could.
So that's what I'm trying to bring up, because Steve Wrestling did bring up saying this could be a faction. So I'm leading into it could be possibly a faction. It could be parts of the vision. It could be anything at this point.
Yeah, I think I would be for that. Like, I would be for if it's its own faction. If that's true, yeah. I'm just puzzled. Again, I'm just puzzled as to why they would keep it hidden this long.
I think they're leading it to January 5th. And literally, this guy that I watch on YouTube that does the video games and everything, I watch his videos a lot. He does good and put them as a faction. So we could see it possibly the faction. It was Seth freaking Rollins, Austin Theory, and I forgot who else it was. Another guy. I can't remember, but
that would be interesting, though. If it's a faction, that could be. I definitely think Austin Theory is going to be part of it, though.
I think so, too.
I think Austin Theory is going to be part of it. I don't know if that's going to be the actual masked man or whatever, but if I'm leaning towards it is Austin Theory. I haven't really leaned too far away from that. If it is a faction, then it could be basically anyone. Anyone is on the cards for that. They might not even, and because they are hiding the face, it could be Chris Jericho. It could be someone that hasn't debuted yet. We're gonna have to wait and see.
Who knows? It could be Jon Moxley. As Vulture is hoping it's Jon Moxley.
Hey, yeah, he is.
So, but let us know who you think it is, or do you think it's gonna be a faction? Let us know.
Undertaker and Michelle McCool have been replaced on WWE LFG as coaches by Kevin Owens and Natalya. This is interesting because I don't really have anything to say about this because I don't really watch WWE LFG.
Either do I. I literally just finished listening to the Undertaker and Michelle McCool's podcast. Well, the Undertaker's podcast. I'm literally caught up on it for now, but I still don't understand why they're being replaced.
I think, much like I said with Jim Ross, I think the Undertaker and Michelle McCool, if they want to talk about the business, they should be able to. And they seems like it was some sort of like competition shows.
It's being replaced. It's being replaced as, remember Tough Enough? It's what The Undertaker said. It's like Tough Enough.
Okay, so...
But it's a little different.
Okay. So I'm assuming they each have their own groups
guessing?
Of talent, because it says coaches. So I'm assuming like they have their own group.
Yeah, I'm guessing, so...
Okay. Kevin Owens and Natalya, as much as I give Natalya character shit, because I think her character could be way better than it is right now.
And the thing is, Natalya is pretty much like a coach anyways, because literally her and Tyson Kidd have a dungeon like where they train wrestlers.
Oh, they have their own school.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was listening to that on, I hate to say it, you want to talk about on podcasts recently.
You watched? Wow.
I was listening to his podcast at work. So,
interesting.
Hey, I have nothing else to listen to, so
Fair.
I might as well just,
Fair.
listen
Fair.
to Undertaker. What do you want to talk about? Cody Rhodes podcast and other ones, since
Fair.
I'm all caught up on my other podcasts.
Yeah, I think Kevin Owens, I have very little to say, but Undertaker and Michelle McCool are good choices. So are Kevin Owens and Natalya. Kevin Owens is probably in the discussion for the best singles wrestler of the current generation.
Yeah.
He's at least in the discussion.
Speaking of Kevin Owens, I was listening to Cody Rhodes' podcast. He said possibly by July or June, he should be having neck surgery. Hopefully he'll have a speedy recovery and hopefully he'll be cleared.
And even if he isn't, Kevin Owens is all best wishes and all of that to Kevin Owens, because he seems like a good dude.
Yeah, he is. And he sounded like a cool dude anyway.
He sounds like a cool dude, and whether I have a lot of respect for Kevin Owens as a competitor and as a person. Yeah. And same thing with Natalya. I may not like her character, but I do respect her because she's been in the business for years as well. She's one of the last Hart family members that is still competing. So I do respect her for that too.
If Undertaker mentions it on his podcast, if we see it being reported, we'll bring it up. If it's not, if I listen to the podcast, I will bring it up. When Kevin Owens mentioned something about Cody Rhodes podcast where Cody Rhodes was talking to his son, I feel like if Kevin Owens does be cleared to wrestle, I see that leading into a storyline but yet Dusty talked to Kevin Owens where Cody Rhodes could bring that up too in a storyline.
Yeah, I could see Kevin Owens wanting to work with his son.
No. Kevin Owens' son talked to Cody.
Oh, okay.
To talk to him and stuff, where Kevin Owens couldn't talk to him about stuff like that.
Okay.
So I see if Kevin Owens gets better, medically cleared, I see it into a storyline.
Yeah, I totally see that.
But Cody Rhodes can mention saying, "Hey, my dad talked to you, and I was upset about." Great storyline right there.
Yeah.
WWE if Kevin Owens gets cleared.
Yeah, if Kevin Owens is cleared, then obviously you throw him right back into the mix.
Yep.
And Natalya has put in the work as of late because she's been on NXT. She's been on Raw and SmackDown. She's made appearances on TNA. She's made appearances on AAA.
She's a AAA champion, I think.
Okay.
Last time I think we reported it here on this channel.
All props to both of them, and I wish nothing but the best for Kevin Owens. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below.
Our next topic is Chelsea Green wanted to have a custom Divas United States Championship, but WWE management said no. This came from Insight with CBV. Chelsea Green is kind of like a diva, so she acts like a diva, the way she acts and stuff, so that would have been perfect for her.
It would have been.
Character.
It would have been awesome.
And then don't get me wrong, Tiffany Stratton is a diva too, so
I think I can see why Chelsea Green would want this, because I don't know if you've been keeping up with NXT or not. Her and Ethan Page are a mixed tag team champion.
Yes, in AAA.
Ethan Page has a custom Canadian flag North American championship.
I remember about that too.
Yeah. So Chelsea Green probably wanted a custom. She's from Canada too, so maybe she wanted the Canadian flag in the back of the United States Championship.
I doubt it.
But I doubt how that would go over with an American.
It would have been like Canadian championship. I was gonna say Canadian state, but
yeah, Chelsea Green is on a roll right now. She's a United States champion. She's also part of the AAA mixed tag team champion with Ethan Page. But to see management, WWE is so corporate, this seems like a corporate move.
Yeah, right.
It really does seem like, no, we can't do that. But it would be fun. No, we have our own policies we have to enforce. You're not allowed to have custom.
But Ethan Page has his own custom.
Yeah, because Ethan Page that's an NXT title.
But Makes no sense.
This makes zero sense as to why they would say no. They've said yes in the past to a lot of things, but who knows? Maybe Chelsea Green's not at that level yet.
And the thing is, she's a diva. She acts like a diva. So doesn't Charlotte Flair. So doesn't Tiffany Stratton.
Becky Lynch?
Yeah, her too.
Considering she's been she's been driving Adam Pearce wild like Chelsea Green used to do with Adam Pearce. I don't really have much to say about this, so let us know in the comments. Would have you liked to have seen a custom belt for Chelsea Green? Now we move on to our second part of the show. From this point on, we are talking about topics specifically related to Saturday Night Main Event, and we are also covering the results of said show.
Yep, and be ready, headphone users, because we don't know what's going to happen.
We don't know what's going to happen.
We're going on a fly right here, so headphone users,
turn your
volume down a little bit.
If it gets too loud at any.
Yep.
All right.
If you hear us swearing and beating each other up, be ready.
So, our first result is Oba Femi and Cody Rhodes. This match ended in a DQ when Drew McIntyre got involved.
I like how you call him Crier.
I mean, he is.
Yeah, maybe he should have the Divas belt.
He should. He should have a Scottish Divas belt,
right?
For him.
There you go, Drew. Go to management. You want a custom belt.
Drew McIntyre got involved. What was your reaction to this?
Why, Drew? Why ruin a perfect match where I was hoping Oba Femi would beat Cody Rhodes?
I low-key wanted Oba Femi to win as well.
Yeah, and then when I saw that, I'm in my truck watching the fucking match. My coworker, he's also a wrestling fan, and he goes, "Don't spoil it for me. I'm gonna watch it when I get home." So I'm like, "Fucking Drew McIntyre!" He's like, "You okay over there?" Want me to spoil it for you? He goes, "I don't care at this point. It looks like you're pissed off over there." I'm like, "Yeah, freaking Drew McIntyre ruined a perfect match."
It was a good match, too! Bro, I was so mad. Like, when Drew got himself involved, like, I get it. You don't want Cody Rhodes to lose.
And you don't want
Oba Femi to lose because he just won the NXT championship.
Right, they're trying to make him look strong. Like I said in a group chat, they're trying to make them both strong. So I feel like, you know what? I feel like we could see a triple threat.
I totally can see that.
I want to see a triple threat between Oba,
Drew, and Cody
for the title.
And have Oba win.
Yes. So that way Cody and Drew's feud continue going on without the belt.
Yeah, that could be a WrestleMania feud.
Yeah.
That would be awesome, actually. It would
move Oba Femi up the main roster with that title win.
He'd instantly be at
but
be on SmackDown at least.
He'd have to lose the... Well, I mean, he could...
Not really.
He could continue with it.
I mean, I think...
In the past, they would have to strip Oba with the title.
Yeah, because... Like, when Paige won Divas Championship, they had to strip her in the past. And Asuka, obviously Asuka's streak, she went on she basically was the equivalent of, like, Goldberg for NXT. So they was like, yeah, she's just wasting her career down here. She should instantly be up. And they obviously had to strip her of the NXT Women's Championship. I feel like I'm missing one.
There was probably one.
Feel like I'm missing one that won it. But anyway, I feel like you don't necessarily have to strip Oba Femi, but I think they would. I feel like they would strip Oba Femi.
Or make him lose just to get him to win the title. Title.
Maybe Joe Hendry.
Oh my
God. Give it to Joe Hendry.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Joe Hendry! Alright.
Say his name and he appears.
What do you guys think? Do you think that Oba Femi and Cody Rhodes should have had a winner, or do you like Drew McIntyre getting involved? Let us know in the comments below what you think. Our next topic is Bayley. Bayley versus Ruka, and Sol wins. What did you think of this match?
I was talking to my coworker, so I barely paid attention to it. I don't know What do you think?
I mean, it was okay. It felt like a filler match. I was rooting for Bayley. However, I'm not disappointed by Sol Ruca. Not disappointed with her winning this. I think it's great for her career.
Right.
She beat an established main roster star. So
now, do you think this could lead Sol and Zarya heel turn? Zarya gets a little upset.
I could
jealous.
I could see Zarya getting jealous and then have her turn on Sol.
I feel it's gonna happen.
I feel like that could
because
happen.
she got the win on the card and she's gonna be jealous.
This one, it just felt there. You know how some matches you're not necessarily looking forward to them, but you're also not disappointed that they existed. That's how I feel about this particular match. It just felt there for me.
Right.
But props to Sol Ruca getting the win over an established main roster star, which was the entire point of the event. Like, have these NXT guys get their time in the sun.
Yeah,
and
show
to the rest of the WWE universe who doesn't necessarily pay attention to the NXT. Show them like what
they're missing,
what they're missing, and what most importantly, what the future of this industry is going to look like.
Right.
Because once some of these other guys' contracts run out, or / they retire, / they move on to elsewhere, these guys are like people like Sol Ruca, Obafemi, Javon Evans, and Leon Slayer, which we'll get to in a minute. These guys are going to be the future of the main roster one day. So that's kind of the whole point of NXT and this whole thing which was at John Cena's request, wanting that NXT get their time to show everyone what they can do. And I'm happy for Sol getting her win. It was really awesome to see.
All right, next we have AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus
Javon Evans and Leon Slater.
Yes, and what a match, I say.
It was a great match.
High-flying match and everything.
That was one of, I'm not joking, that was one of the best tag teams all year.
Right.
Tag team matches all year. It happened last night, which a lot of people are talking about right now. I feel like we're just glossing over what kind of match happened here. This was amazing from Javon Evans and Leon Slater last night.
All right.
And even AJ Styles and Dragon Lee.
Well, they call themselves AJ Lee.
I don't think so. I think that's just a fan thing where it's funny that one guy's name is AJ, the other guy's name is
Yeah,
Lee.
but I think commentator brought him up saying AJ Lee.
Oh, okay. Maybe that is the tag.
That's already used. AJ Lee is already used. It could be Phenomenal Dragon. That's better.
That would be, that's phenomenal. But what else do I have to say? That's phenomenal.
Better. That's better.
It's better than the main event. I'll tell you that, bro. That match was incredible. There were a lot of moments in this where I was like, Javon Evans and Leon Slater are going to take over the industry a few years from now. I think give them the NXT titles, give them the TNA titles, give them everything right now. Push these guys as a force because they can do business here. And no offense to AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, AJ's one of the greatest of all time, and Dragon Lee has been nothing but good since he debuted a few years ago.
I'm gonna beat up Dragon Lee.
I know, right? Have Styles turn heel, like, I'm gonna beat up Dragon Lee.
That's new line right there.
Beat up Dragon Lee. Have like his entourage. What did you guys think of this match?
And Dragon Lee and AJ Styles did win.
Got the win. What do you guys think of this match? Let us know in the comments down below.
We want to
Topic: Joe Hendry and R-Truth beats up The Miz. So this was a segment where R-Truth came out to the ring to interrupt The Miz by saying that The Miz took the place of Joe Hendry last time is now tournament. He handed The Miz the ball which had the paper and it said Joe Hendry on the paper.
Miz said his name.
And The Miz said his name and then Joe Hendry
appeared
and it was a big meme and hilarious segment. So I got two things. Number one, could Joe Hendry have advanced to Saturday night's main event to face John Cena had The Miz not replaced him in the tournament?
Probably not.
Yeah, or would have Gunther still won? Personally, I think Gunther would have won, but it would have been hilarious to see Joe Hendry face Gunther in the final.
Yeah.
I still would personally prefer The Miz over either because, man, it's weird that I keep saying that, but it's the truth. Because The Miz is John Cena's one of John Cena's biggest opponents.
Yeah, and we never got to see it this year.
Yeah, and The Miz said it himself in the post show that he wanted to. Of course, he wanted to be down there with John Cena. All of them wanted to do, but Gunther was just the guy that did it.
Yep, and the thing is, like we reported in last week's episode that, WWE only gave him 36 dates, and John Cena wanted 220 dates, where we could have gotten John Cena versus The Miz.
Or John Cena versus Joe Hendry.
Or John Cena versus whoever else.
There's an alternate timeline, Unstoppable. What if same things happen, John Cena wins the Intercontinental Championship from Dom Mysterio, and then Dom faces John Cena, loses to John Cena, and then John Cena faces Joe Hendry for the Intercontinental Championship, and Joe Hendry beats Cena. That would be the alternate timeline. Personally, I think I would have loved to see Joe Hendry versus John Cena. It would have been a good way of like passing the torch to the next babyface in the company. Assuming that's where they go with Joe Hendry, I don't see any reason not to. But WWE, they do their own. They have their own way of doing things. The other thing is, and this is what I want to end on this, at least this topic, because we got one more. And you all know what it is. I want to see Joe Hendry and R-Truth as a tag team.
Yeah, they both did the You Can't See Me and Fine Knuckle Shuffle on The Miz.
I want to see that. I think there's something there. And I just think that would be really cool.
I feel like we could see that happening. And
let us know what you guys think.
What their name would be called.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I believe in R-Truth.
I believe in R-Truth.
Joe
Truth. R. Hendry.
No, Truth Hendry. Nah.
Our name, like appearing. I don't know. I don't know.
I think it's. I believe in
our truth about any of this. Would you like to see Joe Hendry and R-Truth team up, or Joe Hendry face The Miz? Let us know in the comments down below.
Alright, my perfect topic I wanted to talk about. I have called this.
The floor is yours.
I fucking called this. And you probably guys will say, yeah, called it, but you said he would beat John Cena for the title. Yes, but I kind of called it with or without the title, kind of ish. So I still called it that Gunther would beat John Cena. And a lot of people are fucking pissed. Why? Because they wanted to see the hero John Cena winning. Whoa! Boo! Your hero lost. He put a smile on his face and fucking tapped out like a bitch because he gave up. His meme says never give up. Well, guess what? He gave up. And they said that he put a smile on his face. I never saw a smile on his face. That was not a smile. He was kind of like giving a little smile as like he was trying to act like he was smiling because he's upset that he was tapping out. He had to put over someone that he probably didn't want to put over.
Okay.
So stop booing at Gunther. He's the new legend killer.
Wow. And I'm the one that is raging. I'm the one that's supposed to rage.
New legend killer. Gunther.
First of all, I gotta give you props. You have said from the start of this entire podcast, from literal day one of this podcast, this man and his mask of fortune, mask of fortune teller, mask of unstoppableness. He predicted that Gunther
versus John
Cena, and that Gunther would have made John Cena tap out. For me, first of all, am I fine with Gunther beating John Cena? Yes, I am, but I feel, this is just me personally, this could have been the same, like, you could have had the same exact thing, because usually when a superstar retires, they have to lose their retirement match, obviously, and then they want to John Cena said that he wants to pass the torch to the new generation. So obviously he wanted to put over whoever retires and have them look good. I think the job was done successfully. I have an issue with John Cena tapping out, though, because like you said, it violates John Cena's entire thing. Never give up. This is his motto. It's been his motto for the past 20 years. This man literally was built up as the next big thing from almost day one when he debuted against Kurt Angle. He had a thing about him that WWE, Vince McMahon, Triple H, everyone who has been a part of John Cena's career, they built him up as the greatest of all time. You give him honestly, him tapping out while still having merch that said never give up, it feels like, I feel that goes against John Cena as a character. I feel like him tapping out, they should have done is John Cena should have let Gunther just pass him out. Should have just let him pass out.
Okay, so speaking of let him pass out, John Cena's father had said it would have been better off if John Cena just passed out.
Yeah, like, I feel like the reason people are pissed
is because the hero lost.
Their hero lost. Okay, like, I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. What I do despise from this match is the finish where he tapped out. Because I feel that John Cena, and I do believe this, I think he's the greatest wrestler that WWE has ever had. I think the term GOAT has been given around to a bunch of people, but for me personally, John Cena has earned it. He is the greatest of all time in WWE. I think, so I would have preferred, like, especially because you had Cena constantly break out of the submission. Like, he broke out a whole bunch of times, and to which Gunther responded with the same move, and he reapplied it. I feel like three things would have been better there. One, which is unrealistic, John Cena gets the win. That is unrealistic, even for me, on the side of John Cena. That is even I have to admit that's unrealistic. I would have liked to see John Cena win his final match, but I knew he probably wasn't going to win because that's how the business works. So that leads me to Gunther. Now, the other two scenarios are, one, you have Gunther pass him out, which I think, because John Cena submitted, that would have been the best way of doing so, because imagine if this was somebody's first time watching John Cena, they wouldn't remember him for all of his accomplishments until they re-looked that up. They would have to look all that up and do their own research. They would see a man who was built up as the greatest of all time, had a moment that said never give up, and then they get real excited to see Gunther get his ass kicked by their hero, right? He just gives up. You can't really have that. For me, like, it would have worked a lot better had John Cena allowed Gunther to submit him, like, pass him out. And then the other thing you could do is have Gunther beat John Cena, which, I mean, any Gunther victory would get Gunther over as heel with Brock Lesnar defeating Undertaker's streak kind of heat. Brock got a ton of heat from that. Myself included, because Undertaker is my favorite of all time. To me, he's the greatest. He's my favorite wrestler of all time, but the GOAT is John Cena. Another thing here, Gunther had to get over. You couldn't just have Gunther lose to a retiree because you wouldn't take him seriously. Which leads me to this. Gunther tapped out himself this year.
Yeah, to Jey.
But
he revived himself by tapping Jey out.
He himself tapped out.
Yeah, where the fan says, you tapped out. But he tapped Jey Uso back out.
Okay.
But here, what I'm going to say something is, we're on the same topic of Gunther. Never give up, right? How about just give up John Cena?
Oh, I mean, I can't really disagree with you. As much as I want to give this man shit, I can't because obviously you said some things here that I'm like, whoa. And even this man has, on his social medias, he was talking to like other friends. I saw what you said. You said that I was gonna rage. Well, it seems like you're the one raging, and I'm just over here like just chilling. I'm good. For now, I'm good.
With Gunther versus John Cena. John Cena tapped out. You see that Gunther was going to his bus, right? And the fans started
I did see this.
Saying, F you, Gunther! And you know what? No, F you fans. Dude, leave Gunther alone. This is leading for the heat for Gunther leading up to tomorrow morning or tomorrow night.
This heat is not going away tomorrow.
And guess what?
This heat is staying with Gunther for years.
Guys, speaking of this, recorded right now, Adam Pearce did mention that Gunther will be on Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw comes to you live tomorrow night from Hershey, Pennsylvania. And the man who will forever be known as the one to make John Cena give up, Der Ring General Gunther, will be live on the flagship. Also live tomorrow night in Hershey, pissed off with plenty to say, I'm sure. The World Heavyweight Champion is back. CM Punk will be in the house, and the women's world title will be on the line. La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer, puts the gold at stake against Raquel Rodriguez, and Ivy Nile challenges Maxine Dupree for her women's Intercontinental Championship. That, and don't forget, one of the greatest tag team rivalries of all time is rekindled. The New Day takes on the Usos. That and so much more from Hershey. It's Monday Night Raw, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, live around the world tomorrow night on Netflix. Feels like it's the dawn of a new era. That does not feel real, but the show must go on.
And as you guys are listening to this podcast, it already happened. So as you guys are listening to this, I already got it in my notes of what happened.
Unstoppable will talk about this on Sunday.
Possibly might be doing this by myself, or I could possibly getting Vulture, or
someone else.
Immortal Spades.
Maybe.
The debut of Immortal Spades on our wrestling podcast fully, but back on this channel.
I don't know. Like, this heat for Gunther is not going away.
Nope.
This is sticking with Gunther because the fans are fucking pissed. What have I been saying all since day one of this podcast? You cannot, under any circumstance, lose the hardcore fans. You cannot do that because the fans will boycott this.
Oh, they lost
they lost their hero tapping out. This is not at least from the fans' point of view, Gunther is basically Satan right now. I'm
surprised right now. No one, Gunther, as he was going onto the bus.
Oh yeah, they did.
No, listen. I'm surprised they didn't go up to Gunther and just clobbered him.
Adam Pearce said he had to escort Gunther to his bus by security because the fans
he didn't have any security in
the
the back of him. He had security in front of him. He didn't have security in the back of him.
Oh.
So that's why I said I'm surprised Gunther didn't get clobbered in the back of his head or something by a fan.
Some fans are, especially Cena fans.
And guys, it's not Gunther who to blame. You can blame it on Triple H. You can also blame it on management above Triple H
and
the creative team.
Actually, trying to be on the Cena side of things here, part of it has to go on John Cena, because if Triple H telling us the truth that all of this is John's way of his story, it's all John Cena here.
But if it was all John Cena,
hold on. If this is John Cena, if John Cena wanted to go out like that, then number one, like, okay, it's not how I would have went out, but if this is how Cena wanted to go out, fine. Part of those fans have to have some of the blame on John Cena too, because Cena, if he had the majority of control in his booking, which he may or may not have, we probably will never know the real answer.
The only way we could find out is if John Cena did an interview.
Yeah, if John Cena interview.
I don't think he would mention anything hurt the business.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't. John Cena has earned his retirement because he's done basically anything for that company. I'm just a little peeved that this is how he went out. Like, for me, I would have had Cena win, even though that's unrealistic. Obviously, since this is his retirement match, he has to lose it and pass it on to the next gen. That's cool, but I think you could have done it either by having Gunther tap out or Gunther pinning him. And actually, I'll give them this. I am happy that this wasn't a squash match either. They actually allowed Cena to look good in this match. Like, ignore the finish for a minute. The match itself was okay. Like, he looked good in the match. He didn't, like, obviously people take issue with how he lost, but because John Cena lost, oh my god, John Cena lose. But it's like, guys, you have to understand that I believe John Cena when he says he's done. And if he's done, you have to have him lose. Don't have him tap out. That's my issue is he tapped out. And now Gunther's obviously not going to stop bragging that he made Cena tap out for the first time in 20 years.
I feel like if John Cena did pass out, I feel like he would still get so much heat about it. Because, and Triple H getting so much heat about it as well. John Cena lost. They want to see John Cena win. Their hero. They grew up watching John Cena. They wanted to see John Cena win. So fucking bad. Guess what? Boo-hoo! Gunther is the new legend killer.
He is the legend killer, and I think that's where you gotta go with this. I think Gunther is about to go on a run here where he's going to be the most hated person in this entire company.
I hope so, because I can't wait to see.
I think that would be brilliant.
Guys, we just talked about Brock Lesnar and rumors of Brock Lesnar versus Gunther. You could see Gunther retire Brock Lesnar. And there's rumors saying that Gunther, now, I don't know if you saw this, but Gunther could be going after Chris Jericho. Whoever else is retiring next year as well. AJ Styles
is.
So, yeah, we could see those two. He'd be the new legend killer!
I'm trying to come up with a response to you on this. Like, bro, I just think this legend killer thing, like, yeah, Gunther has to be booked like that. You have to book him as, like, the most hated man in this company right now. I mean, the legend killer will always be Randy Orton.
But he didn't kill like this.
However, there was always a small portion of the fan base where they are sick and like deranged that they actually like that side of Randy Orton, myself included, where that part of Randy Orton, the Randy Orton fanatics are hardcore, and they were rooting for Randy in this, I doubt anybody is going to be rooting for Gunther after Gunther beat John Cena. And you know what would be very wild? Brock Lesnar's the babyface in that match. Brock Lesnar, because it's his hometown. I would personally book it as a heel versus heel match.
But Brock Lesnar gets the...
But Brock would have the fans on his side because Gunther is not going to be rooted for by anybody.
You know what? I feel like something's going to bad happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like something's targeting, someone's gonna jump the ring. I feel like that's gonna happen.
Like the guys from Pat McAfee's show did when Gunther submitted him. Like somebody's gonna go after Gunther tomorrow night. Again, like we haven't seen Monday Night Raw at the time of this recording.
Right.
But it's
Sunday.
It's Sunday as we're recording.
As you guys can tell, the editor put the timestamp in the beginning what day and time it has been started. So, but yeah, there's so much going on with Gunther and John Cena.
On. Triple H laughed after hugging Cena, saying he don't give a fuck about the fans. Triple H explains the decision to have John Cena tap out. Says, quote, "John has said the right thing his entire career. It is about leaving this place better than you found it. I think there's no way for people to understand that in the moment, but you do what is right for the business. You do what is right for this industry. John has done that his entire career, and I am going to do that my entire career. What I will do, what I believe is right for this business, it is what it is. It's a part of what we do. That is the role we have chosen." Yeah, Triple H doesn't care.
Yeah, and I tell you,
doesn't care, man.
I'm telling you, our friend Testa Sports Zone, I talked to him about this with John Cena or Triple H laughing. He said John Cena might have said something funny or
yeah, he could have. I could see that.
Or Triple H just laughed because he's getting so much heat.
Triple H is a heel at heart. I think people forget the time where like. Because everyone, myself included, we all overall, we've been impressed with how Triple H has operated this ship, steering away from Vince McMahon, getting it back to its glory days, that sort of thing. Triple H is a heel at heart.
Yep.
He
don't care.
He doesn't care. In fact, I feel like Triple H is such a sick individual that he loves people booing him. The fact that people hate Triple H now, and I mean really hate Triple H right now. There are a lot.
I bet you 10-1 he's getting death threats right now. It's same with Gunther.
Oh yeah, probably.
But we haven't. I don't have ringside news because I deleted it because I didn't want to be spoiled.
Yeah, but you're not. I mean, that wouldn't shock me because there are a lot of people that hate Triple H, and again, this just seems like a complete corporate decision, but. At the same time, you gotta remember, yes, Triple H did a lot of good things. Yes, Triple H is slightly better than Vince McMahon. There was a point where Triple H was hated in his in-ring career.
Yep.
And I feel that Triple H should have his moment as a heel in the backstage too, just like how Vince was for all those years. Like this, because I'm gonna say it right now, having John Cena tap out is kind of a Vince McMahon move. That's something I would have expected out of Vince to do. But again, like, Vince was a heel character before he was the president of the company, so, I don't know. It's just, Triple H is such a sick individual that I feel like part of him loves that people are pissed at him. John Cena signed a new 5-year ambassador contract with WWE, confirming that he will stay with the company as an employee and mentor after his final in-ring match with against Gunther on December 13th, 2025, shifting his focus to behind-the-scenes roles while balancing Hollywood. This deal secures his presence as a company figure, allowing him to pass on his experience to new talent for years to come, even as he retires from active wrestling. You knew it was going to happen eventually. That's something I can take from this. Like, you knew, like, not everybody. John Cena said it himself, like, this company is going to be around long after all the people we're watching are gone.
Yeah.
And that includes himself. Like, these, you know, eventually your favorite wrestler could retire at any point. Or like Triple H, where he was forced to retire because if he has one more match, he could die in the ring.
If he was medically clear, I think he would.
Right, but like he could die in the ring. And then situations like this where John Cena seems fine health-wise. He seems like, and he's leaving the company after he just became Grand Slam champion, ignoring the finish, right? Ignoring the finish for Gunther, from the Gunther match for a minute, John Cena has ended his career at a high, I feel.
Right.
Because, like, they had this retirement tour, and I took a lot of issues with how some of that has been run, and I'll talk about this in our last topic on it. But for John Cena's earned the right to go out whenever and however he wants. And if this is the way John Cena wanted to go out, then I feel like he's earned that right. However, I also feel like John Cena could have been booked a little better.
Right.
During this, and again, I'll get to that in our next topic,
our
last topic. But I think this is in as far as the knowledge he could pass down to future superstars and even current ones who he didn't get to work with. I mean, sky's the limit. The greatest of all time in that company, I'm sure there's a lot of knowledge he can pass on. I'm sure, and if he wants to get, like, I know this is an ambassador deal, but if down the road where he's done with Hollywood, he wants to go on as a story writer for WWE, he should be able to do that too. And yeah, I think this is awesome for him.
It's good to see Gunther. John Cena do something, say Hollywood. Remember what happened, they went on strike and stuff. What happens if they go on strike again and, John Cena has something to fall back on for a little while?
He could focus on this, and yeah, I think should things go south, I feel like there's more that he's going to be able to do because he's in James Gunn's DCU as Peacemaker. So I feel like his roles in Hollywood is yet to be over. I feel like this is a perfect move for John Cena right now, and he doesn't have to be around the company all the time. And yeah, I feel like this is perfect. What do you guys think? Do you like the move for John Cena? What's your favorite John Cena moment from his career? Let us know in the comments below.
But not least, how do you guys feel about Triple H being in charge of WWE? Actually, I kind of know how you guys feel about Triple H.
Yeah, that was a rhetorical question.
How we talked about it earlier in how he booked John Cena. Like, John Cena wanted 220 dates, and he gave him, 36 dates. And with the way how John Cena and fans are booing, they chanted AEW.
They booed Triple H out of that building last night.
And they chanted AEW, too. Tony Khan could book John Cena. I bet you John Cena's probably getting a message from Tony Khan. Hey, you can come over. We can book you
John
better.
Cena, so how do you feel about Triple H being in charge?
There's iffy. Depends on... It's hard to tell how good he has been. His NXT days was good, okay? Ever since Vince McMahon stepped down...
Been hit and miss. I feel the same way. There have been a lot of things that Triple H has done in this company that I both like and hate. You referenced his NXT run that he had. I have to tell you guys something. When Triple H was in charge of NXT was the #1 thing in wrestling on cable. It had better ratings than Raw. It had better ratings than SmackDown. And it was competing feuding with AEW for a bit. They had the whole AEW and NXT wars.
But AEW was beating them in the rankings.
I said, like, they were competing. They were competing. A lot of people are pissed. I completely understand why. I don't like the fact, I can tell you right now, I do not like how John Cena's retirement tour has went. Because I have some things here. This is how, okay, these are the notable that have happened, excluding some things. They booked Cena to get eliminated by Jey Uso in a Royal Rumble. You and I had a bet on that. And spoilers, I beat him by Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble. Then you turned, so that's a knock against Triple H there. You turned Cena heel. Good. That's a good thing. Get some reaction in TV reigns. It worked. He then bring a rapper in to destroy Cena's last WrestleMania. That was awful.
And where the fuck has he been?
And where the fuck has he been since?
And
because
The Rock too.
Yeah, I know, right? Where did The Rock go? Did he just Houdini out of the company?
Movies. Screw your fucking movies. You're supposed to be part of the fucking John Cena.
Yeah,
stupid idiot.
He did. Because he aligned himself with The Rock, and then that never went anywhere. After that, he made Cena team up with the internet's favorite person in the world, aside from Triple H, Logan Paul. Everyone loves Logan Paul, myself included. Not.
I love him.
Not. Oh, good for you.
But yeah, you drank his prime.
I did, but I also didn't give him money.
The links will be down in the description down below.
I did not give him money. He's not getting any of it. He's rich enough. What happened next? He turned Cena back as a babyface again, just because Cody Rhodes wants to face him because they can't turn Cody heel. And Cody beats him and forces Cena to face him for the title, which he loses. Book Cena gets squashed by Brock Lesnar. You guys know how I felt. I went on that rant, that huge rampage. I went on a rage after that, and I was, heads were rolling. Makes Cena get beaten up by women and hit in the nuts by Liv Morgan in his last PLE. Books Cena to tap out a guy who himself tapped out to Jey Uso, Gunther. And then Triple H, so to Triple H fans, this is cinema. He's supposedly cooking. Yeah. And I'd like to add things. You guys left out the fact that he did give us CM Punk. He did give us Randy Orton in those two matches that we have been asking for a while. But if someone came up to me right now, if you or someone else came up to me right now and said that they don't like how Triple H has been running things as of late, or they prefer Vince, which a lot of people... Did you also hear that? They were chanting, "We want Vince."
Yep.
That's crazy to me. Like, I feel the company's in a better spot than they were at the end of Vince McMahon's tenureship. That's a thing for a different day. But yeah, there's a lot of things that Triple H has done. But then he also has had things that he left out, most notably The Miz, most notably Sheamus Sheamus got hurt, but like, come on, man. You had Zack Ryder and Dolph Ziggler appear in the tournament. You did nothing with them.
Yep, they didn't move on to the next round or anything.
Now, apparently, Joe Hendry was supposed to be in it. He didn't even show up at any point. What are we doing right now?
And the thing is, Joe Hendry did show up to Saturday night's main event, but we didn't see Zack Ryder or Dolph Ziggler.
Nope. I know they're in TNA. It's not a poof. They're
the guy from...
Both of them had merch
on
the store. Zack Ryder and Dolph Ziggler have their own merch line for WWE. Haven't been anywhere since. You can't constantly tell people that they're going to do all these things and then just not do a lot of them. I get it, some things fall through. This run, especially when it was supposed to be John Cena's booking choices, and it just feels like the same old stuff that we've seen the past couple of years.
To me, it doesn't even seem like it's John Cena's. It seems like it's WWE's, Triple H's.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel this. I completely agree with that because John Cena. I don't think you say what you want, and Triple H can spew all he wants that this was all John Cena's idea. No, it fucking wasn't. John Cena would have never booked himself to get squashed by Brock Lesnar. I'm sorry. After he got squashed in his prime by Brock Lesnar.
And to be honest with you, I think you said, we want to do everything for John Cena. Okay, if you want to give John Cena what he wants, should have gave him what he wanted, 220 dates.
Yeah, because I put into my calculator, right? It was 36 dates that he actually got. That is 16%. You gave him 16% of what he wanted. Oh, we're giving everything to John. Oh, we're going to celebrate John Cena in his final run. Like, this is all John Cena's idea. Okay, maybe him turning heel was his idea. I could see that. I could see him wanting to portray a different side of the business.
And winning the IC
title. I could see that was his idea, but it was really Dom's idea to give the belt to John Cena. John Cena wouldn't have booked him, and even if John Cena booked himself to lose to Gunther by tapping out, he would not have booked himself to get squashed by Brock Lesnar. So it's like, what are we doing right now? I don't know. John Cena is the greatest of all time. Say he is. So if he's this is a man that has done everything for your company. Literally everything you wanted. He's done. He's done everything for you. It feels like a slap in the face to a lot of Cena's fan base and Cena himself for tapping out to Gunther. I don't know, man. It's just how do I feel about Triple H? I mean, he's okay for me. For me, like, if some of you feel differently about Triple H, I can't really point to it. It's been reported by some wrestling fans that WWE superstar Gunther receiving online harassment, potential death threats following his victory over John Cena in his retirement match.
Which talked about it just a few minutes.
We said this, like, we would not be surprised. I guess what I was trying to say is, if somebody, you guys, like, if one of you guys submitted a comment that said you prefer Vince over Triple H, I can't argue that you're wrong anymore, because it rubbed me the wrong way. I feel like I was calm for the majority of this, but, like, how do I feel about Triple H? I mean, the man definitely knows how to get himself over as a heel. I do believe that John Cena should have been Gunther, but I think Triple H deserves a lot of the blame too.
And I guarantee Triple H got the...
I'd look that up. No, not. So Triple H has not received any death threats yet.
As of right now.
On December 14th, the night before Monday Night Raw, there is no evidence that Triple H received any death threats. But boy, if he does, again, first of all, like, I don't wish death on anybody. I think it's ridiculous. But again, I can't say that someone would be wrong by saying, like, they prefer Vince anymore. Even though if I don't personally agree with it.
But if I hear anything about death threat to Triple H, I will put it in my notes for next week's podcast. That's pretty much it for our wrestling podcast this week.
Great show. As always, next week I will not be available for the podcast, so I want to wish our viewers and everybody who's listening to this for the first time anywhere, a happy holiday season.
Yep.
From me, I will be with family and my girlfriend for the majority of next week. So yeah. So I'm not gonna be here. I do appreciate you having me on as always, and I
will give him time off as much as he wants. Say if he can't do it, fine, that's okay. I can do it myself, or I can get Vulture, or I can get Immortal. So
And if that comes to, if there comes a point, and I know there will be, but there will be a time where all 4 of us could be in studio. I will, again, like, the invitation is an open invitation from me.
right. So speaking of that, I'll talk to you off camera about something in a bit.
Okay.
Anyways, Unstoppable Squad, stay tuned for our next podcast. It might just be me, Oos, or it might be
With the guest.
Vulture.
Yep.
So,
All right.
because Vulture does want to be doing more podcasts with us.
All right. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, same with you.
Yep. All right. And happy holidays to everybody listening to our show.
Yep.
All right.
I'm Unstoppable.
I'm Pete.
We are out.
Peace.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Skiz here, and if you don't subscribe to the Unstoppable Denominator, then you are a toothy, bumfuck, pussy-ass bitch motherfucker.